I saw them first from the kitchen window. She laughed like I didn't exist. His hand lingered too long on her waist. I froze, not from anger, not from shock, just recognition. Recognition of a betrayal I had ignored for months. I didn't yell. I didn't storm the roof. I closed the blinds, locked the door, and walked away. Months ago, we had been perfect. I remember the way she used to press her forehead to mine, whispering promises I believed were sacred. We built a life in a small apartment, a little garden on the balcony, Sunday mornings that felt eternal. I trusted her, and that trust became my blindness. The first cracks were subtle. Messages she quickly hid. Phone calls she claimed were work-related but lasted too long. Laughing at texts in the middle of the night. I noticed, but I rationalized, excused, hoped, until the rooftop. There she was with him in the golden haze of the afternoon sun. And their clarity hit me. Betrayal, stark and undeniable. I didn't need confrontation. I didn't need explanations. What I needed was silence, the kind that suffocates without warning. I locked the rooftop door. I turned off the main power switch, plunging the apartment into darkness. No shouting, no accusation, just control. And then I left, packed a bag, drove to the coast, and disappeared for a week. Alone with the ocean as my witness. I thought, I planned. Every move had to be precise. Emotional reaction was weakness. Calculated response was power. I called lawyers, transferred assets, arranged finances so that when the dust settled, I would be untouchable. I watched their interactions from a distance. Mutual friends became inadvertent witnesses. I collected evidence quietly. Texts, receipts, eyewitness accounts. I didn't confront, I observed. Every lie, every secret meeting, every stolen moment was catalogued. Each one a brick in the wall of my eventual justice. I returned a week later, calm, focused. I didn't storm into our apartment. Instead, I waited. Her arrogance had grown. She assumed absence meant retreat. I let her believe she had one. I watched her confidence balloon as she plotted her next tryst, her next deception. Then came the subtle unraveling. I initiated a series of coincidental audits on finances, her credit cards, her social media. Each discovery was a whisper in her ear that someone knew. I didn't accuse. I didn't yell. I simply watched the panic creep in, slow and precise, like frost over glass. Neighbors started noticing. Mutual friends asked questions. Invitations she thought were private became public knowledge. The illusion of secrecy evaporated. Every lie she had told me. Every corner she thought she could hide behind collapsed methodically. I confronted her finally. Not with screams, not with tears, but with a quiet clarity that struck harder than any shout. You thought I wouldn't notice? I said. She didn't answer. She couldn't. The evidence spoke. Her face, the way it faltered, the trembling in her hands. It was confirmation enough. She realized her power had dissolved. The climax wasn't dramatic. It didn't need to be. The real revenge was the mirror. She saw herself in the consequences, naked and exposed. The neighbors whispered. Her friends abandoned her. He disappeared, knowing he was disposable. I stood silent and composed while the empire of her deceit crumbled beneath her. I left the apartment that night, a soft wind against my face, a small private smile in the dark. Not relief, not hatred, just empowerment. The world hadn't watched, didn't cheer, but I didn't need witnesses. I had restored balance silently, impeccably. Betrayal is heavy. But revenge, when executed with patience, with intelligence, with control, is lighter. I didn't scream. I didn't strike. I merely waited, calculated, and let the truth do the work. Now, every time the wind rustles across the balcony, I remember the rooftop, not with pain, not with longing, but with satisfaction. I rose while she fell. And in that quiet triumph, I found the only justice that truly mattered.